throwing too many attempted knockout shots and not boxing his way into the fight. He wants to see him throw the jab, Duke.
Well, what Joe's started, I mean, his father's right, because there's a lot of pressure on Calzaghe tonight to look good. Everybody expects him to win, but the TV wants him to look good, and in doing so it will set up the massive mega fights that are out there for him. But he's got to go back to doing exactly what he does best, and that's get behind that southpaw jab, hold the centre of the ring, and just get the presence of the ring from there. Keep Bika on the back foot, pepper him and just outbox him.
I'll tell you one thing we've already seen is that Bika can take a shot. He can take those hooks when Calzaghe's landed, and when he leans on, Bika, terrifically well conditioned, looks arguably the stronger man. Maybe that's just an impression. That's a good shot from Calzaghe, but Bika takes it well again. Good chin.
Yeah, he certainly is a strong man, John, as you already said, but oh, that's a good uppercut from Bika on the inside.
Calzaghe said beforehand he's quoted at 50-1 on by the bookies. Believe that one. And Calzaghe said, I wouldn't take 50-1 on in a fight between a lion and a mouse. Well, maybe that's carrying it a little bit too far, but Bika's giving him trouble in here, just with sheer physical strength. Possibility, remember, of big fights down the line. There's whispers about Bernard Hopkins coming out of retirement to face Calzaghe. Maybe the winner of the Kessler-Bayer fight in Copenhagen tonight. And we'll hopefully see some of the action from that one a little bit later on.
Yeah, Calzaghe's got to, when he gets in close to Bika and the infringements start, he's got to turn his head away, because that's when the infringements could get a little bit nasty. The heads might start coming in. Bika's very dangerous with the right uppercut.
Another one goes in right on cue, and now Calzaghe tries to start putting his punches together more effectively, and a buzz of acclaim from his fans at ringside. Oh, and Calzaghe almost out of the ring, and you cannot do that. So Mickey Van quickly in there, and now is he going to take a point off Bika? I wonder. He's certainly going to give him a big lecture. I don't think he's going to take the point away, but he quite easily could have done.
Well, it was unintentional, John, because as Calzaghe went through, the punches were already on the way. I've got Calzaghe winning all the 3 rounds, all the 3 completed rounds so far. Just needs to really just start getting back to his boxing, pop the jab, put the points in the bag, and this fight will come together.
Solid body shot again from Bika. Lunging in a little behind his punches, Calzaghe, trying to get in range to land what he thinks will be winning hooks. The left hook, remember, is the one which over the years has done so much damage to so many fighters. That was the punch which put Chris Eubank on his backside back in 1997. And Eubank said he'd never been hit so hard. Well, look at this. Bika is prepared to go toe-to-toe with Calzaghe. The heads go in. Calzaghe calls out, he's cut! He's cut badly.
Call referee.
Mickey!
There's the cut over the left eye, and here's how it happened. It was a head press. Heads went in, and Enzo Calzaghe saying it wasn't an accident, it was a headbutt. And Frank Warren protesting to the referee, Mickey Van, and they put a smear of grease over Calzaghe's left eyebrow, but blood is still seeping down from what looked to me to be a pretty bad cut. Now, was that a deliberate headbutt?
No, it wasn't a deliberate shot, a headbutt, John. But it was unavoidable. There's a clash of styles here, and this is how Bika fights. This is his normal kind of a fight. Now Joe's got to go back to doing what he does naturally and what he does best. He's got to change his game plan. He's got the experience enough to do just that. He can win this fight, but he can do it now at range instead of getting into a dogfight with this guy. Turn your head away on the inside. Don't look to the referee to separate you.
It's worth saying as well that there's no chance now of the sort of technical draw that Bika got against Marcus Bayer, because this now has gone 4 rounds, so it goes to the cards. So this fight will now have a positive result one way or the other, one would assume. It won't be a draw as a result of a cut. And Calzaghe complaining all the time about Bika's use of the head.
See, Joe's fighting on anger now. He's really angry. He's got the cut. He lost his temper at the end of the round, which is partly how the cut was caused. And
good left hand, Duke. Good left hand. And Bika rocked back by that, but takes it well.
He does take a good shot. Calzaghe just got to put the punches together in bunches. Keep this guy at bay.
Calzaghe, angry, cut. And there's another one. he's taken the point away for deliberate use of the head.
That's about right, John. It was blatant.
Blatant use of the head from Sakio Bika in the 5th round, point deducted. Calzaghe is absolutely livid in there, but he's allowed himself to get dragged into Sakio Bika's sort of fight. And look at the damage again, starting underneath the left eye as well as over it now, of Joe Calzaghe, and it's the head which has done the vast majority of the damage around that eye.
Calzaghe's got to keep that head moving. He's just got to pepper him with the jab, keep the punches flowing nicely, keep the chin down when he goes out. That's better by Joe.
Doubling up on the jab, good handwork, good speed work from Calzaghe. In and out, landing to the body and stepping back. Not allowing himself to get caught in those... Oh, that's a good right hand though from Bika. Calzaghe felt that one.
Yeah, they give one to take on the pair of them. You know, Calzaghe just doesn't like getting hit, and when he does, he loses it.
Closing seconds of a dramatic 5th round. Calzaghe finishing strongly. But Bika is a hungry, hungry fighter. Turning into a war, this one.
He's got to keep his chin down. He's got to keep his chin down.
He was caught by a terrific shot from Bika as he just walked into that one, Calzaghe. Calzaghe is finding it a hard night, and that's the reason. The head once again of Sakio Bika, and that was the moment that caused him to have a point taken away.
Well, John, you know, I've said this before, but somebody should put a glove on Bika's head because he's using that plenty. Calzaghe's just got to keep a nice high guard, keep his chin down, and look at the beautiful work that he did behind the jab at the end of that last round.
In the 6th round now. Championship distance, let me remind you, 12 rounds.
Calzaghe can stand this man on his head, he really can, with his natural boxing southpaw skills. But Bika's just, you know, he's very cagey, he's very dangerous. He loops in right-handers over the top. He throws a nice right uppercut when they're in close. And obviously, when all else fails, he gets the head working.
I've said in the Calzaghe corner, just get back to your boxing, box this man, and that's what Calzaghe's trying to do now here in the 6th round. The contemptuous stuff of the early rounds when he was swinging in those hooks, that's gone and the head's going again, and Calzaghe, I think, arguably trying to return fire with fire there. He was almost leading him with the head, and he's dropping his gloves again, and that is tempting fate. What is he doing in there?
Well, Bika's corner, they've seen that Bika can get through with the right hand when he throws it, and he's throwing it and landing and getting good success behind it. Caught him again. Keep the chin down.
Leapt in behind the right hand, did Sakio Bika. And you can hear perhaps in the background, get that right hand going. That's the shouts of Angelo Haider, Bika's manager, and again the heads clash and rub inside. I think Calzaghe at the moment in that respect is giving as much as he's taking.
Yeah, he's getting very frustrated in there. He's playing Bika at his own game and not quite coming off on top.
Another right hand from Bika comes through, and Calzaghe cannot afford to let him do that. Bika is giving Joe Calzaghe all the trouble he needs here. Nearing the halfway stage of the fight, and at not one point really has Bika been staggered.
These are better punches by Calzaghe on the inside now, just starting to find his range with the combinations.
But just look at the determination on Sakio Bika's head, on Sakio Bika's face. How much does he want this?
See what Bika's doing on the inside, he's kind of switching southpaw to lead with the right hand lead.
The crowd trying to stir Calzaghe to yet greater exertions. Stamping and chanting from the fans, many of whom have made their way up from Wales. Calzaghe trying to work that jab. He's having problems getting past the right hand of Bika. Sakio Bika, we were told, fights like a wild animal. There's Joe Calzaghe's girlfriend. I wonder what she's making of this fight.
Well, John, I think the key to victory for Calzaghe will be anticipation. He can counterpunch this man to death if he just times it right.
Well, I've got Calzaghe ahead in the fight, but he is cut. If he can just keep on doing that, keep on peppering Bika with the jab, then he should be able to box his way through. But Bika is so strong, he's not been moved. He
certainly hasn't, and when Bika feels himself being outboxed, that's when he's really kind of dangerous, because then he starts taking the fight to Calzaghe and gets really naughty.
Calzaghe saw that big swing from Bika coming from a long way off and was able to just block it almost contemptuously. But he's certainly got a huge amount more respect for Bika than he had earlier on.
Well, Bika's timing the right hand to perfection at the moment.
It was just a worry about how well Calzaghe was going to be able to motivate himself, how well he could get up for a fighter who he regarded as perhaps of not being in his class. Heads going again, and Calzaghe protests to the referee, and it really caught Calzaghe pretty flush. I think it was the forehead of Bika once again which went hammering in, and Calzaghe protested. And I tell you what, Sakio Bika for any sort of fighter is an absolute nightmare, because the head comes forward crashing in again and again.
The thing is also, John, when he took the head shot, Bika followed that with a right hand, so John's taking two really hard shots on the jaw. That knocks your senses a little bit. It sends you out of your game plan.
Enzo Calzaghe said the jab's crucial, and here comes Calzaghe. Bika shrugging his shoulders as much as to say, well, I'm not hurt, what are you doing? The cuts perhaps shouldn't be a problem, Calzaghe's father was saying, if you can just work behind the jab. Well, that's all well and good, but this is Calzaghe's instinct. Joe Calzaghe is not a man to stand back. He does get dragged into exchanges, and here he is trying to just out-macho Bika again, and a big attack from Calzaghe. Bika takes them all.
This guy's mostly, he's made of teak wood. He's just as hard as they come. I mean, we kind of feared that this would be a much harder fight than Lacey, and I'm telling you, that's exactly how it's working out. Joe's got to be on his game tonight, he really does, right up until the final bell. Bika will not be denied.
Get your arm out, tighten it up, come on.
There again, the head of Bika as Calzaghe ducks in. Referee having a word with Bika once more. He's already had 1 point taken. Is he going to have another one? Well, not at this point.